Welcome to our garden. Welcome to our Suburban Homestead Backyard Garden Tour Spring 2023. Along here we have our elderberry bushes. Tucked in here we have our 2 rabbits, and we're growing some stuff in front of them for them, including clover and arugula. Over here we have our quail. We have 2 different houses. This is like our sick pen over here. We have a couple injured birds right now, but mostly they're in here. I have some mints and flowers growing here just to help with bugs and flies around their area. Down through here we have our raspberries and blackberries. We also have 2 cherry trees, and intermixed with that we have mint to help keep the rabbits out. We have a few planters throughout with some greens and an eggplant that has not popped up yet. You can see we have corn coming up. This will be a 3 sisters garden. Once these are a little taller, I'll interplant some beans, and down at this end we'll plant a squash plant that'll help with ground cover in the garden. All of these green bags down here are potatoes, mostly gold Yukon, and just small white potatoes. Then in this bed I have garlic and Brussels sprouts growing together. Back here we have 6 broccoli plants and around 30 more garlic growing. These are our Nanking cherry bushes. The birds picked over them pretty good this year, but next year we're going to get netting for over those. In here we have our regular onions and some new strawberry plants. Back here we have our snow peas and some carrots interplanted. There's also some random sunflowers in there that the squirrels planted for us. This bed here is our strawberry and asparagus bed. They're all interplanted. You can see asparagus coming up through the strawberries, and eventually the strawberries will make their way back through where the other asparagus is coming up. In this bed is my tomatoes and peppers. I also have basil, snow peas, carrots, thyme, and borage. Also some parsley in here, just interplanted to make the most of the space that we do have. We have another pepper here. That one still needs planted. A tomato that I'm trying to nurse back to health for my mother-in-law. This bed, the back row is broccolini. And then we have celery, cauliflower, some marigolds, thyme, and sage and dill in there. This here is my cabbage and bean bed. I have multiple different types of beans growing this year, and 16 heads of cabbage, as well as some thyme and marigolds to help with pests. Over here we have some more Brussels sprouts and celery interplanted with carrots, snow peas. We have dill, just 1 square foot of beans, and then 2 cucumber plants that'll eventually I'll trellis up. Right here we have our 2 urban apple trees. These will only get 6 to 8 feet tall and no more than 3 foot wide with pruning. You can see the baby apples growing on them right now. We have a green apple and a red apple. They're just called urban apples. Over along our fence line, we added another row of raspberries. These were just volunteer plants that came off of our original raspberry plant. In this flower bed, I have 3 blueberry bushes, 1 aronia berry, a grapevine, and some parsley in our hanging basket. And then it's just intermixed with some different flowers. We have forsythia, echinacea, a rose bush, and just a few other things. In this bed is my perennial herb garden. I have a lot of healing herbs like chamomile, marshmallow, motherwort, yarrow. There's also more oregano and thyme in here. As you can see, my marshmallow is kind of coming up all over the place this year, but that's okay. Here, this area has been taken over by lemon balm and catnip, which our cats love. And then I have this small planter. All of this was stuff from my husband's family's farm, which makes it really special. But I'm growing a little pizza sauce garden here. I have everything that I'll need to make pizza sauce except for our garlic and onions, which is in other parts of the garden. Um, but that is my little pizza sauce garden, and that is actually the end of our garden. So if you'd like to see how all of this grows and what we harvest out of this, please like and subscribe to keep up with our garden.